are again. Oh my goodness, these days are going by so quickly, don't you think? Here we are again, yes, it is another English Addict Extra. Something extra during the week, just for you. Here we are, live once more from the birthplace of the English language. And I think by now you know where it is. I think so. Yes, I'm coming to you live from England. Hi everybody. Yes. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? Do you have a smile on your face right now? If you don't, we are all going to smile now together. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, can't be bad. Here we go again. My name is Duncan. I talk about English. I love English. You might say that I am one of those, an English addict. And I have a feeling that you might be as well. Here we go then. Yes, I talk about English. I love the English language. I've been doing this for ever such a long time. I know I haven't mentioned this for a while, but I've been doing this for over 15 years on YouTube. I remember many years ago starting my YouTube channel when I was still working in China, and here I am, over 15 years later, standing here live, talking to you. When I started doing this, way back in 2006, there was no live streaming. It didn't exist. The technology wasn't around. You could not live stream on YouTube in 2006. But over the years, the technology has improved. I'm not sure if my content has improved. I don't know if the things I do have got better, but at least I try my best. Anyway, here we are, and now we know what it's all about. Yes, we have made it to the middle of another week, because it is Wednesday. I'm so glad to see that so many of you have a smile on your face today. It's nice. I think there's nothing wrong with smiling. Some people might give you a strange look. I love walking around with a smile on my face. It always confuses people because they don't know why you are happy. They have no idea. But sometimes that smile on your face can make other people also feel happy. Maybe they needed to see someone else smiling at them to make their day extra special. So remember that next time you're walking around. Keep that smile upon your face as you walk amongst the human race. You never know. You might change a person's day completely, or even their life. Who knows? It's a very strange day. I will be honest with you. It feels like spring is in the air. However, it is also incredibly warm. 12 degrees, 12 Celsius today, the temperature outside my window. And here is another view. I know a lot of people like to see the view from my window. They always say, Mr. Duncan, we love to see the view from your window. So there it is, 12 degrees, 12 Celsius, for those who like to be modern and precise. So there it is. That is the view outside the window right now. I could I could have gone outside today. I did think about doing my live stream outside, but I wasn't sure because there is a little bit of noise going on at the moment near where I live. So I decided not to, but it is warm enough. I can't believe it. Today is warm enough to go outside in just your t-shirt and shorts. Incredible. So we are having a very nice, warm day today. We also have the live chat, of course. Today we are looking at a subject that we started looking at on Sunday, but we ran out of time because Mr. Steve kept talking all the time. He loves talking, and apparently you love listening to Mr. Steve telling his stories. So we will have more of Mr. Steve next Sunday. But of course, we have subjects to look at, including the stages of age. So today we are looking at adulthood. So on Sunday, we looked at childhood. Today we are looking at adulthood. Words connected to that. We also have some strange English words to look at. As you know, I love English, and sometimes the English language can be a little bit strange. It really can. So we are doing that as well. Of course, we have the live chat. It wouldn't be a live stream without you on the live chat. Hello to everyone, and I wonder who is first today. Who is first? Oh, we have someone new. Hello to Randa Farzi. Randa Farzi. I hope I pronounce your name right. Hello, Randa. Guess what? You are first on today's live chat. Very nice. In fact, I think that deserves a fancy pants. Okay, that's enough. Did you like my jazz hands, by the way? That's a new thing I'm introducing when I'm doing my fancy pants. I will do my jazz hands as a show of my appreciation. So well done. Congratulations to Randa Farzi. You are first today. Thank you very much. We also have Beatrice. We have Vitas. Hello, Vitas. I'm afraid you are not first today, but maybe you were very close. Perhaps you were very close to being first. We also have Beatrice, Palmyra. We also have Zuzika. We have Beatrice. We have Marwa. Hello to you as well. Thanks for joining me today. Also, Fernando. Ooh. We also have Luis Mendez is here today. Hello, Luis. I've got some photographs to show in a few moments from Luis. Also, can you believe I had a big surprise this morning? I received an email from one of my viewers with some incredible news, something that I don't think has ever happened before in my life. Someone has written a song all about me. And also Mr. Steve. And there he is. Thank you very much to Paolo. Hello, Paolo. Are you watching today? I was watching your video this morning, singing your song dedicated to not only myself, but also Mr. Steve and the English lessons that I've been doing for the past 15 years. So thank you very much. I will play your song on Sunday So when you join me on Sunday, I will play Paolo's song. I haven't been able to put it into my computer yet, but I have a photograph there. Thank you very much, Paolo, for your wonderful song that I listened to this morning. Very good and very nice. Thank you. I must say, I've never had anyone write a song about me before, ever. So, yeah, that's quite incredible. Thank you very much. Who else is on the live chat today? We also have Megar. Megar is here. Hello to you as well. If it is your first time, now, the reason why I mention this is because on Sunday, I noticed that we had a lot of new visitors on my live chat. So if it is your first time, please say, Mr. Duncan, it is my first time. Please let me know and I will say hello to you. Hello to Charlie. Hello, Charlie. I can see from your little icon that you are a fan of Charlie Chaplin. Ooh, very nice. Charlie Chaplin, hello UK and Mr. Duncan. Thank you very much for joining me here today. This is my midweek live stream. Of course, I am also with you on Sunday as well. Don't forget, you can also find me here on Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time. English Addict Live. So not only on Wednesday, but also on Sunday as well, for 2 hours on Sunday. Not only myself, but also Mr. Steve. He will be here as well. Hello, Anne. Hello, also Happy Life. That's what you need, you see. You need a happy life. You need something. You need to have something in your life to give you purpose, but also something that makes you happy. So I hope by watching this and improving your English at the same time, I will also bring a little bit of joy and happiness as well. I really do. Hello also to... Now, I've got someone here on the live chat, but I can't read your name because it looks like Cyrillic, and I can't read that, unfortunately. I might try to translate that in a moment to see if I can actually read it. We also have Anna Vera. Hello to you as well. Mohammed Lala. I heard about you on Twitter. Really? So it would appear on Sunday someone had recommended me on Twitter, and that's why we had a lot of people joining for the first time. Happy Life says, it is my first time here. Well, congratulations. Welcome to my big English family. This is the biggest English corner, the largest English corner in the world, because it is not only here live, but also I'm here and you are here as well, all around the world. Valentin says, we definitely need someone like you, Mr. Duncan. Thank you very much. Well, I try my best. That's all I can do, really. I can never do more than my best. I can try my hardest. I can try to be as good as I can, but still, it's the same thing. All I can do is my best. Hello to... Oh, Beatrice is here as well. Paolo, I like your present. I love it very much. And I will be playing that on Sunday. So next Sunday I will play the song that Paolo has written and also has sung just for us. Thank you very much. It's very nice of you. Today, as you may have noticed from my thumbnail, in the United States, it is Groundhog Day, a special day. This is where people find out whether winter is going to continue for another 6 weeks or not. And it is called Groundhog Day. It is also the title of a very popular movie starring Bill Murray and Andie MacDowell, a very big film. Many years ago, I think it was from I always want to say the 1980s, but I don't think it was. I think Groundhog Day was actually made in the early 1990s. I might be wrong there, but at least it is at the end of the 1980s. But a good film all the same. But yes, we have some breaking news coming through now. Some breaking news on this Groundhog Day. And of course, every year, the residents of a place called Gobbler's Knob, which is a real place, by the way. I didn't make that up. I'm not being rude or disgusting. But the people of Gobbler's Knob always wait on February the 2nd for the little groundhog to come out of the ground. And if the groundhog sees its shadow, it means there will be another 6 weeks of winter. But if he doesn't see his shadow, then winter has come to an end and spring will start straight away or earlier than usual. So let's have a look, shall we? Because apparently we've had the news come through just a few moments ago. Apparently, yes, it is breaking news, everyone. What has happened? Has the groundhog seen its shadow or not? Well, let's find out. Come on. Oh dear. It would appear that in the United States they are going to have 6 more weeks of winter, which means that the little groundhog actually saw its own shadow. It actually saw its shadow, which means there is 6 more weeks of winter. Fortunately, it doesn't apply here. So it's not here in the UK. So that's good news, because it really does feel as if winter has already come to an end. Apparently, we've just had here in England the sunniest and driest January for many, many years. So it has been a very warm, mild, and I suppose I should also say dry as well. So January was a very dry month indeed. So that's what's happening in the USA this morning as the little groundhog came out of the ground and he saw his shadow, which means in the USA they have to endure another 6 weeks of winter. I wonder if it also refers to lockdown. Maybe they could have a little groundhog that comes out the ground to decide whether there'll be another 6 weeks of lockdown. Maybe you could have a little Dr. Fauci come out of the ground and go, 6 more weeks of lockdown, baby. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, we are live today, and as you know, I love receiving your photographs. I love receiving your emails. Can I say thank you to Magdalena? Hello, Magdalena, who came to the UK in 2017. And during this time, you saw some lovely old English castles and beautiful gardens. You spent 1 day in London, then 1 in Canterbury, and 1 day on the south coast of England. Magdalena writes, we tried all sorts of English beer. Oh, I see. I'm sure you did. We have some lovely local beer in the area where I live as well. We tried all sorts of English beer, and we also had some fish and chips. Thank you, Magdalena. And to answer your final question, has Mr. Steve found some running shoes? I can tell you now that he has. Mr. Steve has some lovely new running shoes that literally, as I started my live stream today, Mr. Steve was in the kitchen cleaning his new running shoes. Can you believe that? Also, I've had a lovely message come through as well concerning part of Argentina. Would you like to have a look? So there it is. If you look in the centre of the screen, you will see a place called Miramar. And this is a place that Sandra Gonzalez often visits. Apparently, Sandra used to visit this place with her family, but now she goes there to remember her family. It always brings back lots of lovely memories and also some lovely photographs as well. So thank you very much. So this is a place called Miramar. And it is on I think it's the east coast, south of Sao Paulo. And here is another one. This is Sandra's dog. Isn't that amazing? I'm just trying to work out what type of dog that is. I think it's a bulldog, maybe even a British bulldog. I think it might be. Am I right, Sandra? Am I right? Is your dog a British bulldog? And also another photograph sent by Sandra. Very nice, looking at not only the beach, but also the buildings as well in the distance. So apparently Miramar is a popular holiday destination, and Sandra goes there quite often. We also have some photographs from Luis as well. Luis Mendez, thank you very much. Here we go. Some more photographs from Luis, and yes, you can really tell that spring is in the air also in France, walking around the Parc des Sceaux. You see, I've actually pronounced it correct today. Also another photograph from Luis. Let's have a look at this one. Very nice. Very nice. Although I can see in that photograph there are a lot of grey skies. The clouds look a little bit angry, dare I say. And finally, one more photograph from Luis. Oh yes, I do like that shot. I have to be honest, Luis, I do like that picture. I think that might be my favourite picture. I don't know why, but I love walking down paths, long paths that have lots of trees lined on each side. So this looks like an arboretum. I would probably describe this particular place as an arboretum. Would I be right in saying that? And finally, this is the local museum in the same area where apparently they are having a special exhibition for, is it Louis the XIV and also Napoleon III, who apparently escaped to England. So I didn't actually realise that. So maybe somewhere in England or maybe the UK, perhaps Napoleon III is buried somewhere. His resting place is somewhere in this country. Thank you once again to Luis Mendez. Yes, Beatrice also enjoys your picture with the beautiful trees going down the path. It looks like a very long footpath and lots of trees on either side. It looks very nice, in fact. We are having longer days, by the way. The days are slowly getting longer. I don't know about where you are, but the days are now slowly getting longer as we head towards the end of winter and spring. Next month, the weather will change. As March arrives, we will have much better weather. Also, it means that the daylight will become longer. I don't know about you, but I can't wait. I really can't wait for the nice weather to arrive. I hope you are feeling good today. This is English Addict We are live. We are looking at some strange English words a little bit later on. We also have some words connected to adulthood, getting older. It is not necessarily a depressing subject. You can have a little bit of humour as well, a little bit of fun when you are talking about getting older. All of that coming up later on. But first, here is an excerpt from one of my full English lessons, giving you the opportunity to see what I do here on YouTube. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you? Oh, wait there a moment. Something's wrong here. Oh, there you are. I'm very sorry. I was facing the wrong way. I had my back to you. Well, here we are once again with another edition of Mr. Duncan's Full English. Yes, another serving of piping hot English is about to be served. So please take your seats and let the full English soirée begin. Oh, by the way, soirée is a French word meaning evening meal or social gathering. Can you see what sort of day it is here? The weather today is cold and icy. There is frost on the ground and the air is frigid. The word frigid means cold. It can also be used to describe a person who is unemotional and cold-hearted. If a person shows no affection towards others in any way, or seems distant and uninterested in making friends, we can say that they are frigid. The word refrigerator derives from the word frigid, and the word frigid derives from the Latin word for cold. Talking of which, there is a harsh frost on the ground here today, which is caused by moisture freezing on the surface of the ground. Today is a chilly day. It's an icy one. It's nippy. It's colder than a penguin's breakfast. If I was given the choice between being hot or feeling cold, I know which one I would choose. I'm not a fan of the cold weather. I find going out on a freezing day tiring. Your body uses up much more energy when it is cold, so you get tired easily. Your hands and feet become numb, and if there is a cold wind too, then your face will freeze to the point where you cannot speak. Oh yes, I'm very sure that if I was given the choice, I would always choose a hot day over a cold one, every time. Whilst walking out on a day like this, you are bound to come across some patches of ice. You might even find a frozen area, such as a pool or lake. There is an idiom in English that relates to ice. If a person is doing something that might get them into trouble, we can say that they are skating on thin ice or treading on thin ice. This person is running the risk of being punished. They are tempting fate by doing something dangerous or risky. The boss has noticed that you keep coming in late for work. You are really skating on thin ice. hello, Sukat. There it was, one of my full English lessons, and of course you can find all of my lessons on my YouTube channel, and also there is a playlist underneath this video as well. Yes. Of course I saw you. Of course I noticed you. I see everything on the live chat. Well, okay, not always. I don't always see everything that happens. But I did notice that Sukat was here. Hello, Sukat, just in case you are still here. Hello, I know you can't stay for very long, but it's nice to see you here anyway, even if it's just for a few seconds. We also have Connell. Hello, Connell. Oh, yes, Sandra's dog. I forgot to mention this. I'm sorry about that. But Sandra's dog is called Simon. It's a great name for a dog. I love that name. I can almost hear Sandra on the beach calling, Simon, Simon, come here, Simon. Simon, 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 Simon. Very nice dog, very lovely. And I think it is a British bulldog. I think it is. Hello, also Claudia. Hello, Claudia. I haven't forgotten you. I had a very strange message come this morning. I do get some really unusual messages on my email address, and one of them was a company based in Turkey offering me free dental work. They wanted to take all my teeth out and replace them with beautiful white, pearl white teeth. And all I had to do was fly there, and they would pull all my teeth out, and then they would put some nice new ones in. And all I had to do was mention their product. And they were going to pay for everything. They were going to pay for the flight. They were going to pay for the treatment. Everything was going to be free. To be honest with you, it's a lovely offer, but I'm not sure if I want to have that sort of procedure. I don't like the idea of having all of my teeth pulled out, or sometimes I think they grind them. They use a machine to grind your teeth, and then they put new teeth over the top of them. To be honest with you, I do not like the sound of that. I will try my best to look after the teeth that I have now. Is that okay? It's a nice offer, so thank you very much to that lovely company in Turkey who wanted to fly me all the way there to Istanbul, and they wanted to give me some free dental treatment. They wanted to make my teeth look like a film star. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Claudia, who by the way is a dentist. So that's the reason why I'm mentioning this when I mention Claudia's name, because Claudia is a dentist. And Claudia says, Mr. Duncan, don't do that. I don't want to do it anyway, because I don't want someone pulling all my teeth out and changing them for new teeth. I don't want to do that because I don't like going to the dentist anyway. I don't like it. However, there is something that I know you can get in Turkey that is apparently not very expensive, and you can also get it done with very good quality. So the professionalism of the particular thing I'm about to mention, apparently it's very high quality, and I'm talking about hair transplants. Apparently this is the new thing. A lot of men are now flying to Turkey to have hair transplants. So if they are losing their hair, maybe they are going bald, they can have hair from the back of their head or maybe from somewhere else on their body. I don't know where. And they have it implanted at the front. So it looks as if they have all of their hair. But apparently a lot of men are flying all the way to Turkey for two reasons. One, apparently it's very cheap. And two, apparently the quality of the work, the quality of the hair transplant is supposed to be very good. So what I'm waiting for now, you know what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for someone in Turkey to write to me and say, Mr. Duncan, we can give you a lovely, nice new head of hair for free. And all you have to do is mention it. Mention our product or our company. So I might do that. I might be tempted. But as long as Mr. Steve can come with me as well, and then he can have his hair transplant. And we can both come back with this lovely, thick head of hair. Can you imagine it? Hello, Agnaldo. Hello, Agnaldo. Yes, I agree with you, Claudia. Your real teeth are the best teeth to have. I think so. I don't like fake teeth. You do see this a lot now with celebrities, not only in Hollywood, not only in other parts of the world, but also here as well in the UK. Famous people have all of their teeth replaced, or they have them coated with I think it's called veneering. You have a veneer put on your teeth, and it makes them look very white and sparkly. Oh, apparently Andrew says you will probably need some donors for a hair transplant. Really? Well, maybe I can take it from the back, because I do have a lot of hair at the back. If I turn round, you can see. So I do have a lot of hair at the back. So maybe they can transplant some of the hair from the back and put it at the front. But I have heard that this is happening a lot now. A lot of men are going to Turkey to have hair transplants. Hello also to hello, Ricardo, again. Nice to see you here as well. So I'm waiting for someone to write to me and offer a free hair transplant. But it not just for me, it will also have to be for Mr. Steve as well, so we can both have one. But you have to pay for it. The company will have to pay for it. And then maybe I will mention your hair transplant company on here. Ooh, very nice. Can you imagine me with a lovely thick head of hair? Imagine it. I will look like some Hollywood superstar. I really will. Hello to Devilal. Hello, Devilal. Devilal Godara. Hello to you. Nice to see you here. Can I give you a special wave and welcome to the biggest English corner on the internet? It is. It's the biggest one. There isn't a bigger one than this. It's a very big one. It's very large, in fact. Would you like to see some strange English words? You would. Okay, then. In a moment, we are going to take a look at some unusual English words. Some strange English words that, for many people, do appear to be rather unusual. are waiting for some cows to come to the back of the house, but there you just saw some lovely cows that we had right here at the back of the house last year. We did. We often get lots of animals living behind our house. We have sheep. In fact, we had sheep last year and also some cows as well. And then the year before that, we had lots of baby cows as well. Little cows living at the back of the house. So I do like cows very much. Mr. Steve and myself, we love cows. Sometimes we have a fantasy about actually owning maybe a couple of cows and looking after them in our garden. The only problem is they might escape. And also, the other problem, of course, is they leave very large poops. That is one of the problems with having a cow. Hello to Lucio. Hello, Lucio Jose Ramos. Hello to you. Hello, dear teacher. I am from Brazil. Please say hi to me. Lucio, hello to you. I hope I pronounce your name right. It might be Lucio. It might be Lucio. So hopefully one of those pronunciations will be right. And welcome, of course. Here we go then. We have some unusual English words. Some strange English words that some people say are rather unusual. Some very strange English words. So here today we have 3 unusual English words. So for some people, maybe you've heard these words before, maybe you've seen them, written down, and perhaps you don't know what they mean. So here are today's strange English words. The first one, I love this word, something that is wonky. Wonky. It's a great word. Wonky. We can say that something that is uneven, crooked, cockeyed, unlevel, askew, or not level is wonky. Something that is wonky. Something that is not straight. Something that is uneven. It is a thing that is not even. Something that is wonky. It is uneven, crooked, cockeyed. I like that as well, cockeyed. If something is cockeyed, it means it is not level. It is not balanced. It is unbalanced. It is not level. And we use the word wonky, there it is, as an adjective. You describe something that appears uneven or crooked or unlevel or not level. Something that is not level, maybe a floor, maybe a wall, maybe something that should be level, but it isn't. You can describe it as wonky. I like that word. It's a good one. It's one of the best. Here's another one. Another adjective, categorical. I like this word. It's got a nice sound to it. It's got some lovely strong syllables as well. Categorical. Something categorical is something that is defined or resounding, something clear, distinct, something explicit is categorical. Maybe something you are explaining, maybe you explain it in a very clear and defined way. You can say that you are explaining it in a categorical way. You are showing that the thing you are saying is being expressed and explained clearly. I hope my explanation of categorical was categorical. I really do. I hope so. Here's another one, our final strange word. I've got 3 for you today. I've been in this position in my life. I have been in this situation. The word is subordinate. Subordinate. And we can use this as both an adjective and a noun. And also you can use it sometimes as a verb as well. A subordinate is something that is secondary or lesser, something that is minor, something that is lower, something that is inferior, or if you are a person who is under supervision. So maybe you are working for a supervisor or maybe a manager and you are below them. So your position is subordinate. You are lower than the other person. Maybe they have a high position in the company and you have a lower position. You are subordinate. And we can also use it as a noun if you are a person who is given the title of being under supervision. You are being looked after by a senior person. You are a subordinate. You can also make a person feel inferior. You can make them feel small and insignificant. You can subordinate someone as a verb, which is sometimes used as a verb as well. So there they are, three unusual English words. They are all used quite often in the English language. And yes, you can use these words every day. Yes, Palmyra, all of those words can be used every day in everyday English. Something you are stating clearly. You are stating it categorically. It is clear. It is defined. And another word that we just used is subordinate. A person who is below another level. Supervisor, manager, and I am down there at the bottom. I am subordinate. I have a low level of status in my company. Subordinate. Thank you very much for your comments today. I am with you for a few more minutes and I thought it would be interesting today to continue what we looked at the weekend. Excuse me a moment. Excuse me. That's better. I just had to have a drink of water. I'm back now. I'm back. I have my water here. Sometimes my throat becomes dry. And when that happens, I sometimes have to take a drink of water. So please excuse me. Oh, that's better. As I was saying, on Sunday we were talking about stages of age. We looked at childhood, we looked at birth, being an infant, being a teenager, being a young person. And I thought today we would continue the subject a little bit from childhood to adulthood. So today we are going to look at adulthood. And we can just define adulthood. If we are going to define this word, we can say that adulthood is when you are an adult, the state of being an adult. You are grown up. You are fully developed. You are responsible. You are answerable. You are accountable. So when we say that a person is responsible or accountable, it means their actions are under their control. So all of the things an adult does are their responsibility. Each adult is responsible for their own actions. Whatever they do, in law, an adult is responsible for their own actions. So when we talk about adulthood, we are often defining or describing an adult, a person who is of adult age. Here's another one. Well, as I just said, an adult is seen as responsible for their actions. So if you do something that breaks the law and you are an adult, then you will be held responsible for that crime. Of course, something we often approach when we are coming up towards a certain age, in this case, around about 45. Middle age. Middle age is the time of your life where you are still fit and healthy. Maybe you have a good job. Maybe you have an income. Perhaps you have a wife. You have a family. Maybe you have established yourself in the world. So you don't have to be married. You don't have to have children. So maybe you have just established your life. So we often say that middle age is maybe the peak of your life in that sense, from the sense of having a career or a job, and you have stability, you still have your health, because of course these days we are more health conscious than we used to be. We do worry more about our health than we used to, which means that a lot of people now who are approaching their 40s, maybe they are 42 or 43, they are now becoming more health conscious. They think more about their health. So we often see middle age as 45 plus. We often say that a person is at their prime. They are at their peak. But it doesn't mean as you get older that those things disappear. It doesn't always mean that, as we will find out later. So between your 40s and your 60s, we often describe this as your middle age. Your middle age. A person's middle age is between 45 and normally your 60s is your middle age. So I would say that I am coming towards the middle of middle age. So I would describe myself as middle-aged. So I think I am in the middle of middle age. I still have a little bit of time left, which is lovely. A lot of people say, of course, there is a well-known expression, life begins at 40. A lot of people believe that this is true. They say that life does begin at 40. Many years ago, now I suppose this is worth mentioning, 100, maybe 200 years ago, the life expectancy of the average person was much lower. Maybe 40, maybe in your late 30s. So people did not live for as long as they do now. And we are only going back a couple of 100 years ago. People would die at a young age, sometimes in their teens. Quite often a young child is born and it would not survive for very long. So this was very common. But life expectancy now, of course, is much longer. So the average age of a person now is late 60s, early 70s. So we do look at getting older in a very different way these days. And that's one of the reasons why it doesn't worry me. I don't worry too much about getting older. It's only a number. It doesn't really matter. And as it says here, life begins at 40. That's what they say. Here's another one. You are only as old as you feel. You are only as old as you feel. So if you feel 20, great. If you feel 30, wonderful. So if you are an older person and you still feel young, you still have your health and you still have your vitality. I like that word. If you have vitality, it means you have youth. You have an energy, a youthful energy. You have vitality. I like that word. And then, of course, after middle age, we have something that a lot of people don't want to happen to them. I don't really want to get older, but I have no choice. So to be honest with you, from my point of view, there is no point worrying. Just enjoy life. Enjoy yourself. Old age is often described as later life. We often refer to old age as your twilight years. I'm not sure if that's still true. So I always think that if you describe a person's old age as their twilight years, I always think that's negative. It sounds a little bit negative to me. Your twilight years. It sounds as if everything is fading away. Which, of course, it isn't, because people are living much longer these days. We can also say that a person is getting on. If they are getting older, we can say that they are getting on. You might describe your parents. If they are getting older, you might say that they are getting on. It means they are getting older. They are getting on. I am getting on in years. We might describe a person who is older as being no spring chicken. I sometimes feel like that in the morning when I get out of bed. Maybe I have to stretch my arms and legs, and maybe I have a little bit of backache, maybe a little bit of discomfort in my back. Ooh. And those little pains, those little aches, remind you that you are no spring chicken. It means you are getting older, but at least you're still alive. An old or aging person might be described as past it. That's terrible. You can't say that to someone. Never ever describe an old person as past it. So that normally means that they can't do things, or they can't carry out the actions or activities as a young person would. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So an old person might be described as being past it. They are no longer able to do the things that a young person does. It's not true, though. It's not true. We might describe a person as over the hill. A person who is over the hill is a person who now is approaching or is in old age. They have reached a certain age that is seen as old. We might describe a person as being over the hill. If they can't run very far, maybe they feel out of breath. If they try running, they might say, "Oh, I can't run any further. Oh, I'm over the hill." It means, I'm too old for this. I'm too old to do this. I'm over the hill. And of course, another one. This one is an insult. Never ever say this to anyone. A person who is old might have one foot in the grave if they are very old. That's terrible. That is a horrible thing to say. That really is a horrible thing to say to someone. Never say to anyone, you look like you have one foot in the grave. Horrible. An old person might be referred to as an old codger. An old codger. Quite often we will describe an elderly person, maybe a person who is having difficulty walking or moving. We will describe them as an old codger. I still think that is very unfair. It's not a nice thing to say. You might describe an old man as an old geezer. And this is often used in both British and American English. An old geezer. So when we say an old geezer, we are actually describing an old man, an elderly man, sitting on a park bench, or maybe he's walking down the road with his shopping bags. He's just been to the supermarket. An old geezer. Very soon I will be an old geezer. People will be saying, oh no, it's not that old geezer, Mr. Duncan. And we can also describe an old person as an old stick. That's horrible. By the way, these are all horrible phrases, but I have to show them to you because they do exist in the English language. An old stick. We might describe an elderly person as an old stick. It's not very nice, is it? You might also say that I'm not getting any younger. I'm not getting any younger. If you are talking about your health or your fitness, you might say that these days I can't walk very far. These days I feel tired very easily. Even if I only do a little bit of work, I get very tired. And then maybe I will say, I'm not getting any younger. I'm not getting any younger. Come to think of it, none of us, nobody is getting any younger when you think about it. Valentin says, how about old sport? Yes, I suppose you could say that. Hello, old sport. Although I think that particular phrase is a little bit out of date. I don't think we use it very much nowadays. An old person might be described as aged. Aged. So an aged person, a person who is older, very old, will be described as aged. And you will notice the pronunciation is different. So you can say aged or you can say aged. Aged. And in British English, we will often pronounce the title or the name given to an old person or a person who appears old as aged. Elderly is another one, an elderly person. An OAP. Quite often we will use this in British English. OAP means old, aged pensioner. And finally, in medicine terms or medical terms, we will describe an elderly person as geriatric. Geriatric. Quite often if you go to a hospital here in the UK, you will see that there is a sign somewhere in the hospital that says geriatric ward. That is a place where elderly people are being taken care of. So the word geriatric is often used in medical terms when we are talking about the care given to elderly people. Something positive to finish with. Something nice and positive. You are never too old. You are never too old. You are never too old to try something new. You are never too old to travel. You are never too old to learn something that you didn't know before. And that's one of the things I believe in. I think that is part of having a long and healthy life. You are never too old to do something, to try something, to learn something. You are never too old. And I think that is a very good expression to remember. We have some expressions to finish with. This one, we are using the word kid. Of course, on Sunday we talked about the word kid. A kid is a young child. It can also be a young goat as well. Interesting. So in this particular phrase, we are talking about having fun and playing. To kid around. If you kid around, it means you are not being serious. You are playing around. You are having fun. You are kidding around. You kid around. It means you are being humorous. You are playing. Maybe you are not taking something seriously. Perhaps you must take it seriously, but you don't want to. You decide to kid around. You make jokes. You have fun. You kid around. Hello to Hala. Hala says age is just a number. And I agree with you. It is. Age is nothing. Age is what you make it. Just like life. Really, when you think about it. It's the same as life. It is what you make it. To kid someone. If you kid someone, it means you play a trick or mislead a person. So maybe you play a joke on someone. You kid someone. You play a joke. You mislead someone. You trick someone into believing something. Or maybe they say something that is untrue. They are kidding. They are kidding you. They try to kid you. They try to mislead and trick you. Finally, something that is easy to do, something that is simple, something that takes no effort, something that is easy to do can be described as child's play. It's child's play. It is so easy to do. It's so simple. Anyone can do it. It's child's play. It's easy. Some people say that learning English with Mr. Duncan is child's play because it is explained so clearly. So thank you. Thank you very much for your company, and I hope today's lesson has been easy. I hope it has been child's play to you. And that's it. We are coming towards the end of today's live stream. Around about another 3 or 4 minutes. Devilal, hello Devilal. You only look around 35. Do you mean me? Well, I've always looked younger than my age. So I remember when I was 23, when I was in my early 20s, I found it very hard to get served with alcohol. If I went into a bar or a pub, people would always ask to see some identity. They had to see my driver's license or some sort of identification to prove my age. So even when I was in my 20s, my early 20s, I always looked much younger than I actually was. And that followed me all the way through life. However, it can also be something that is negative. It can have a negative effect on your life. If you look too young, people sometimes don't take you seriously. It's very hard to be taken seriously if you look young. So in certain jobs, in certain professions, they might expect a person to appear mature. So sometimes looking younger than your real age can be a negative thing. It can have negative effects. Not always, but people are always surprised to find out that I am approaching the big 60. People can't believe it. Talking of birthdays, by the way, of course we are now into February. February is here. Mr. Steve has his birthday on the 16th of February. So a lot of people have been asking about Mr. Steve's birthday. He will be another year older on the 16th of February, for those asking. And of course also we have Valentine's Day coming up for all those who are looking for love, or maybe they are already in love. So February is a busy month. We also have the Lunar New Year. And anything else happening this month? I can't think of anything else, but that's it so far. Perhaps you have a birthday coming up. Do you have a birthday this month? If you do, let me know, and I will say happy birthday to you. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Valentin. Thank you, Eva. Thank you also to Tom. Hello, Tom. You are never too old to rock. I agree with you. There's nothing I enjoy more than having a dance around the house. I like to put some music on, and I like to have a little boogie woogie around the house. So I agree with you, Tom. You are never too old to rock. You are never too old to have a little dance. It's another way of keeping young and free. Free? I think I mean fit. Young and fit. Thank you, Beatrice. Thank you also to Zika. Thank you also to Christina again. Hello also to Omar. Hello, Omar. Omar Adele. Hello to you as well. Thanks for joining me today. I am back on Sunday. I am with you on Sunday. Paolo. Hello, Paolo. Paolo says my birthday will be on the 9th of February. The 9th. So I hope you have a good birthday on that day. I'm not sure if I'm on live that day. Am I with you on the 9th? I will have to wait and find out. Thank you, Paolo, once again for your lovely video. We will be playing it on Sunday. Paolo has written a song all about me and Mr. Steve, and I will be playing it on Sunday. Thank you for your company. I am going now. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. And yes, if you look behind me, you can see that it's actually raining now. We have rain. So I am glad that I did not go outside. Very glad. Thanks a lot for joining me. See you on Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time. This is Mr. Duncan in England saying thanks for watching. See you on Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and the rest of your week. And I will see you soon. And of course, until the next time we meet here, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Ta-ta for now.